TKO on wherever the fool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two Tulies of my own, I don't need a cat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and it's not that you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gift.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's that Monday night. It's 7 o'clock. So you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the knockout hour with your boy TKO, the notorious one, the biggest one, the one you know, the one you love, the one you enjoy. No, but thank you, everybody out there listening. We appreciate you coming back. Snooty Fox is not here this evening. However, I'll go ahead and just drive this car tonight as we sit here and coast on down to the road to WrestleMania. Uh, Big news going on in the WWE world right now when it comes in the world of wrestling. So we'll hold that part back until like after 7 o'clock. I mean 7:30, excuse me. But then at the same time, you know what I mean. We're just gonna sit here and keep it rocking and rolling. We appreciate you coming back. Uh, always lately of the show, we know there's a lot of servicemen and women out here serving our country for the United States. We want to say thank you and salute you guys for always serving our country and doing what's best in protecting us. And yeah, we just really want to say shout out to you guys from the Knockout Hour if you're out there doing your thing for us. And right here every week on the Knockout Hour, we like to cover a little bit of sports news when it comes to combat, a little bit of MMA, boxing, and of course wrestling. I myself, and of course Snooty Fox, are professional wrestlers in the independent circuit. So the independence is for a lot of people that don't know is when you do not have uh, contract restricting you to you have to be in certain places. So again, that meaning to say I can go anywhere, choose to please where to wrestle when I want to, that sort of deal. So that being said, I haven't had a match in a couple weeks, but yet at the same time, it's because that's the schedule I chose. It's like say a lot of things in my life have changed since I became a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling now for 6 years, and what a what a journey it's been. I, I'm excited that um, I have many miles left on the tire for my career. I'm not done in any way, shape, or fashion. I'm just kind of pacing myself, as you would say, because for me, spending more of my family time around the ones I love has been really more important to me right now. And so I cherish that and don't want to lose that uh, as my daughters are getting older. And I'm starting to learn that um, you have to, again, be there for the times that you can't get back. And so that's why I'm starting to again at times wrestle when I feel the need and want to. Cause I always got that itch, you know. I train hard, been in the gym, busting my tail. Especially like when it comes down to the major core groups. I've been working out so hard these past couple of weeks. And I just got one mind. It just been driven about this one thing I've been wanting to achieve for so long. And it's been uh, I would say honestly, like one of those things for me is like if I get this and when I do, because you got to speak things into existence, that I would say honestly, my career in the ring will be over mentally because um, I'm 38 years old. I never seen myself doing this forever in a sense of performing. I always seen myself to be on the ownership side since I own a wrestling company, Icon Professional Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Walter. I appreciate you, big dog. Hey, thank you for coming back, man. Hey, much love to you. You always been loyal to the soil, man. You definitely fam here at the Knockout Hour. But yes, sir, you're right. Um, my whole career and anything that I've done, I always push myself to the limits and always seen the success of it all. You know, like in football. I went as high as I could possibly go, but I never left nothing out there to say that what if I would have tried harder. It was never those type of things. It just you when you have this again journey called life, as long as it would go, you gotta realize it's a marathon, not a race. So when one part ends of this part of your journey, you still got many miles and many tails to go. And that's how I feel about it in life. So one day my wrestling career will be over. it wouldn't be a sad day. It'd be a day of joy and happiness because I know my purpose in this business and what I try to do as I perform is that again, just to excite the crowd, knowing that I'm giving everything I have to try to be victorious every time I step in that ring. I think everybody knows that that watches my matches. No, I come out with straight passion, fire, intensity, because it's all me. It's all real, and I say that because when I win this championship coming up for Gouge Pro Wrestling, I will be soon going against Victor Andrews for the Gouge Junior Heavyweight Championship. As y'all can see on this wall, I've achieved tag team championships with my brother Snooty Foxx, two of my other good brothers in this business I love near and dear, Ulysse de Most from France. Um, Shout out to him, man. That was what a ride. That was, achieving that goal with him, man. It was a whirlwind type of thing because that was my second championship. Because the week before, I won my first ever championship with Chris TNT Taylor. So I was a double champion at the same time. And how sweet it was to have that achievement going on in my career so early. This was in like my first year. And then it was a while before I got the whole tag stripes again. And I was with my brother Snooty Foxx at Gals Pro Wrestling. Another one where y'all see at the beginning and end of the show if you watch it live. If you're not, go back in YouTube and watch this if you're listening on the radio so you can see this beautiful face of mine. So, um, like winning it with him, like all three of them, man, my brothers, it was, man, it meant a lot. 'Cause in this business, you can always be paired up with another wrestler to try to make it work, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's different where you win with the ones that you know and love and adore, because we all have a respect for once again doing what we do and also knowing how hard and how far we travel and come from to try to put on the shows that we do. So, but yes, and like with Victor, man, it's not even personal. You just have something I want. In this business, man, like I said, I done took so many defeats trying to win that one championship, and something inside of me knows dear in my heart that day is that day. That belt is coming home to me. I know when I hear that three that day, I just feel it in my heart. I already seen this. I already know it's going to happen. When I hold that title the first time, it's not going. It's going to be the most one of the biggest things in my professional career that I will ever achieve in wrestling because I know how hard I work from the bottom to the top of this company. When it comes to Gouge Pro Wrestling, I would say honestly that everybody in that whole building or outside in the venues, wherever we are, is chanting my name because they know the person that I am. And that's because I'm real and I bring everything I got when I'm in that ring. So, um, Victor, man, you're gonna have somebody coming in. I think it's May the 4th. We're just it's not about talking smack, man. It's just like you have something I want, and I'm going to take it by any means necessary. So that's one of the things about wrestling. It's so real, man. Cause oh man, I only got a little, ooh, got me. Cause I know it's coming, man. I know it is. So anyway, before we go on the rest of the show, that's one little part that I like to like start off with just some things that be on my mind, get some things off the chest as we go ahead and get into the wrestling, boxing, and MMA segments. So, ladies and gentlemen, right here we got the hip hop spotlight. We do this at every 10 of the show to give a little moment to represent something I love outside of combat sports is music. I really love music, and this artist right here, man, he just performed at Dreamville from B-Town, North Carolina. That's where I'm from, Burlington, North Carolina. If you ain't from around here, man, this is my city, man. I love this place to death. And so knowing we had one of our own up there representing at Dreamville, man, that's I just want to give him a shout out. And so anyway, We got a hit song that we play on this radio. I mean, we play on this station a lot, but we're gonna play it again, man. We're gonna have a new tune from him in the next couple of weeks coming up. Don't worry about that. However, we're gonna play Dr. Jerome from OC from NC.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I'm probably laid back with a bag one, big pack in a magnum, big pack full of magnums. Wait, we done got to the last one. See, I'm not like the last one. We done popped out in traffic, we done popped out in fashion. Hey, like we just popped out the plastic, we just popped out a classic. Big old knot, I was laughing. We just stopped out in Dallas. We just watched all the Mavericks. D just knocked off her lashes. She get dropped off the classes, but I be teaching her other shit. Like I be teaching her brother shit. Like we gon' trap today, the little brother shit. We gon' rap today, we gon' cover shit. But I'm just him in the town, really. I'm in here, but the town with me. That little bitch from the town. Had your bitch at the round table like motherfuck what you bring to it, baby. How the fuck is your brain doing? I'm in touch with what came to her. How the fuck is my name booming? I'm just him in the state, really. Philly joint say she hate Philly, but she throwing subs if we ain't chillin', nigga blowing up. My little cuz said growing up, shit was going up, shit. Knowing us, that little nigga drunk throwing up, shit, throwing up, shit. Throw it up, fuck. Hey, was down, now it's on a bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, 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 now she wanna bust. Bust down, right in front of us. First down, right in front of us. Look, touchdown. Hey, wait. I feel like Marshawn, you know why I'm here, baby. Wait. I feel like a Marshawn, ain't I flying here? Is shipping the flying here? Is niggas gon' die here? I already killed shit, nigga. We can get the fuck out of here. This shit out of here though. This shit gotta to go. This shit gotta to go. Gotta to blow. This shit hit from the cell. This shit out of the road. Got in the dough. Cuz that strap on jeans. Them shit's not the jabos. Got with the bros. They leaving this bitch clean or this bitch not finna close. I should get stock in the foes. SMJ for the code. But can't wait for them lows, bitch. SMJ for the code, bitch. Used to couldn't wait for them road trips when I'm picking up weight on the road. Cuz picking up weight on the road. Hey, we gon' wait on them though. Fuck it. Was down, now it's on the bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, 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 now she wanna bust. First down, right in front of us. Bust down, right in front of us. Look, touchdown, touchdown.
Yeah, boy. My man, my homie, my partner, OC from NC, man. Again, with that banger, Dr. Jerome. If you ain't had a chance, man, I need to check him out on all devices like Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you can find it. So the best thing for you guys, don't miss on this opportunity because if you are an artist looking to have your track spun during the show, email me at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. All right. Make sure y'all hit me up, man. That can be you right there. So you can be heard in front of 200,000 people. All right. So, and we're going to keep it moving along. As promised, as we do every week, we go ahead and it's combat time, ladies and gentlemen. It is combat time. We're going to talk about some MMA. Lately, I've been trying to, work on things as again, I'm not the greatest analyst or sports or anything like that. Never claim to be, but I like to just try to give some notes and little things I've seen that stuck out. So bear with me as I try to give it the news to you. USC partners with Meta to expand reach through technology. UFC is joining up with Facebook's partner company Meta in a deal that will bring mixed martial arts to more fans around the world. The company said Wednesday that their multi-year partnership will give USC the ability to use Meta's technology platforms, services, and products, including Meta AI, Meta Glasses, Meta Quest, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. So as fans have more ways to view content, Meta and UFC, whose partner company is TKO Group, said they will work together to incorporate Meta's AI glasses into UFC events. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's some big news right there for UFC partnering up with Meta. I mean, one thing I've learned in the art of business, again, being a young um, business owner myself, I try to look out for things like that because it's all about pushing your product to the highest level. The more views, of course, the more people see the product, the more money they spend. It's a win-win for both companies. Um, I like transactions like that because eventually I will be at those same levels myself one day. Um, I'm a young man in this game, but it's a lot to be learned. So you got to kind of watch the trends of what people are doing at a higher level. Again, the TKO group having WWE and UFC have done nothing but made numbers and made money. And that's what this business is all about. It's an entertainment for the WWE, and of course for the UFC, it's bringing you the best fights available from fighters all over the world. So it makes sense that you broaden your horizons and your footprint of again both companies working together to show UFC to more people. So I think that's pretty dope, man. We'll keep an eye on that. If I see more news on that, I'll just kick it to you guys. But yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. So Lerone Murphy stays undefeated. I mean unbeaten. Tops Josh Emmett in UFC main event. UFC featherweight Lerone Murphy extended his division best winning streak to 8 on Saturday with a unanimous decision over Josh Emmett. The 145-pound contest headlined UFC Fight Night inside the Apex in Las Vegas. It was Murphy's second opportunity in a UFC main event, and the British contender turned in a very technical sound performance. He did well controlling the strike range all night while showcasing solid defensive wrestling. So there's some little notes that they left there about the fight that I'd like to kick out there. So for Murphy being undefeated in UFC, he is from Britain. I did see that as well. I seen a little bit of the fight, not too much of it. Because again, I actually can be able to see all the fights and stuff like that now. Shout out to yeah. So but yeah, it's just been a hectic weekend, I think. Hey bro, I want to challenge you to wrestle with me, WWE match. Uh yeah, that'd be great, man. But I would say shoot, if you know a promotion where we can do the match, man, let me know. Cause yeah, man, it's one of those things. Of course, if you wrestle me, call me out. Of course, you gotta be professionally trained, and one of those things where we gotta reach out, see if we can make that happen. So if you are professionally trained, let me know. That'd be one thing. If not, hey brother, uh, I don't get paid for my looks and my appearance. If you get what I mean, so I appreciate it, man. But thank you for listening to the show as well. But one thing I do want to know about the fight is that all three judges scored it in Murphy's favor, which is 16-0 with one draw. It said they all went unanimous with a 49-46, a 48-47, and a 48-47. So we're gonna keep an eye out for Murphy, young gun, young bull in UFC. Again, his second fight in UFC. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, man, shout out to Lerone Murphy. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop some dates to keep an eye out for, look out for in the future for UFC. So on April 12th, 2025, we got UFC 314 with Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the UFC featherweight title, which I'm definitely probably gonna be able to check that out and watch that this weekend. So I'm gonna make a note of that in my schedule. So I can see that fight. On May the 10th, 2025, we got UFC 315. We got Ball Muhammad and Jack Del Maladina for the UFC welterweight title. So another good fight. Watch out for in May. As UFC always have a pretty stacked card. Because a lot of times I know Michael Chandler will be on the fight on April 12th as well. Long list of great stars is going to be on these cards here. And we also got Valentino Shasheko versus Madison Ferrito. Shoot, I'll be butchering her name, but it's for the UFC Women's Flyweight title. So there we go for the first part of the show. See, I do right now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be acting like I'm free balling this all the time. No, but I think again with UFC, my opinion is to be that I think that it goes back to they had to get the younger crop up where the levels of where the other champions used to be. We look at the great guys of Chuck Liddell. We could have a long list. The Spider, Anderson Silva, from Forrest Griffins to the Matt Hughes to the Matt Sears. I mean, the list goes on and on. But today's champions are kind of like where it's judged by a different level. I think with these youngins, and it's starting to seep into the minds. I think into the older folk as well, because some of these people be tripping on these youngins in the fight game. I just be like, man, get them a chance. Stop looking at perfection, and that's what I like about the UFC too. You can really move up in the UFC and have. Of course, you're not gonna be undefeated all the time, but you can at least get the opportunity several times with having losses. That's why I respect the UFC. So that's one thing I do love about the fight game when it comes down to the octagon. You're gonna get the best fights available. So that's dope. All right, so we're gonna move over to boxing. And with boxing, we got Frank Warner and Chris Ebanks Jr. Urged to resolve legal dispute. So British boxing promoter Frank Warren, and Chris Eubanks Jr. have been urged to resolve their legal dispute over Eubanks' rant about Warren at a news conference Arthur Benavieve and Dmitry Benevov undisputed light heavyweight world title fight. Warren, the 73-year-old promoter of Benavieve and former heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, is suing Eubank, 35, over a series of derogatory comments during a promotional event in London in September. Eubanks apologized later that day, and Warren said in a statement that he accepted the apology, but sued Eubanks for slander and liability at London's highest court in December. So let me say, first and foremost, wow, we're talking about before the one of the biggest fights that's coming up in the undisputed light heavyweight championship. I think these guys need to maintain focus and not really be bothered right now with this type of silliness that's going to the courts. But I would say that, yeah, man, get your money, dog, because I feel like if those words have compromised the integrity of you, that it jeopardizes money in your pocket, any way, shape, or form, then yeah, you need to go ahead and make sure pay that man. You gotta break bread. So we'll see what happens with that, and maybe a settlement, maybe not. Maybe it's some things that we don't know behind the scenes, but I hope that we get a resolution fast so we can really be paying more attention to the undisputed light heavyweight championship than we would be actually worrying about a court case right now. But anyway, we got some upcoming events on April the 12th in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We got Jerome Boots Enos in action. He's going to be in a 12-round fight for a with his IBF welterweight title. And I know I'm gonna butcher this man's name right here. Uh, uh, Stenosis. Stenos. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. Okay, I'm horrible with these. But it's going to be for the WBA welterweight title as well. And then on April 26th in London, we got Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Benn in a 12-round middleweight fight. And then on May the 2nd in NYC, New York City, baby, we got Ryan Garcia versus Ronaldo Romero for the 12-round fight in this junior welterweight division. And then we got on May the 2nd, the next day after that, we're going to go travel all the way on the other side of the world to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We got a fight with Canelo Alvarez. He's going against William Skoll. And it's going to be a 12-rounder for Alvarez's WBC, WBO, WBA super middleweight titles and Skoll's WBF super middleweight title. So we got some fights coming up, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to boxing as well. Stay tuned to those upcoming events. All right, so I made a top five list. I'm gonna do this really quick about this division, and we may bring this back later on because I would like to throw this to other guests on here as well, like Wavy and Matt Stacks. But I'm gonna go through with this list like really fast. It's gonna be my top five middleweight boxers of all time, right? So I took the time to do a little list of several names. Again, this is more my era for a lot of people listening. I know a lot of guys gonna be like, "Hey, why ain't this guy?" Right? This is a list of names, very small list of other great champions of that division. All right. So we got Marvelous Marvin Hagler. We got Sugar Ray Robinson. We got Bernard Hopkins. We got Jack LaMotta. We got Roy Jones Jr. We got Sugar Ray Leonard, Canado Alvarez, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hitman Hearns, Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, and Miguel Cotto. That's like a short list of a lot of names I grew up with when I was a youngin' that I enjoyed because that was one of my favorite divisions in boxing. So when I thought about this list, we're gonna go with number five. Number five, I had Sugar Shane Mosley. Man, he put on a show. I used to love his style, very smooth, um, very good fight play. I mean, this had the right punches at the right time, and also one of the few people to actually knock down Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, so I thought he was gone, buddy. Thought he was gone, buddy. But man, what a great boxer was Sugar Shane Mosley because he fought in the same era these other greats as well. But we also had Bernard the Executioner Hopkins, bro. When you mean just a straight bully in the ring, that Philly shell, Philly style was one of a kind. I mean, still to this day, this man still trains at a level to be ready. And what we like to say in the fight game is what? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So be out. Shout out to him. I love his fights. Loved him a lot growing up. So at number three, I have Roy Jones Jr. Bruh, I've never seen the hand speed to go with the foot speed and how well he was just dynamic, man. One of a kind. He reminds me of like an AI of boxing. Like he goes into his own wing of what he done. He's in the same fight as a lot of the greats we speak of, but yet it's not even the same fight, if you get what I'm saying. And I think he was miles and levels above a lot of great fighters like Antonio Tarvers and other guys like that. It was so many great fighters like Roy Jones, man, he was just one of a kind, really was. Man used to really train chasing chickens. Let's be realistic. You know how fast you got to be to catch a chicken? Come on, let's be realistic. And number two, I got Tommy the Hitman Hearns. For a lot of people that probably heard his name, if you watched Martin anytime in your life, the TV show Martin, this episode would he went against Tommy the Hitman Hearns and got knocked out. Go check that episode out. I would like to say one little part that's hilarious to me every time I watch it is where oh you just gotta watch it, but it's a charity event, man. It's a charity event. You gotta watch. You gotta go back and watch that, man. For real, I love Mr. Martin. All right, man. And then at number one for me, shout out to this great. I wouldn't even say great. R.I.P. to the most marvelous one to ever step foot in the square circle. The man, I mean, I can go days of how much I love this fighter right here. It's like my spirit animal when it comes to Mike Tyson. This was the other one was marvelous, Marvelin Hagler. Uh, Nothing but respect for this man. I think I love his career. I love his journey. I love the story. Um, Man, the greatest fighter, I think, personally, one of my greatest boxers of all time is Marvin Hagler. Probably second to Mike Tyson. So that will round off my list. If you ever got something to say about the top five, hey, put it in the comments. Share it with us on the Knockout Hour on Facebook. Yeah, man. So we can have a conversation about that. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna play our second song of the evening. Uh, Another hip hop spotlight, as well as anyone that want to be able to have their track spun, let me know, man. Shout out to iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. But here we go again with my man OC from NC. He's got another hit.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You're going to love this. Just love it.
Yeah.
Pulled up on an old school, bumping old school. That's Ric Flair, that's that old woo, nigga. Wait.
Big player shit, bust a old whoop, nigga. Wait. On some fresh shit, bust a dope move. On some fresh shit, bust a dope move. Look, rest of these niggas old news if you read up. Look, if you need us, we can roll through. We don't read up, nigga. Late night, but the hoes down if the G's up. Cuz say he on the way, but he ain't got the cheap stuff with him, no. Look, keep something for the low. This where the street running to the road. Look, these niggas can't vote, but these niggas keep running to the pole. Look,
Mama said she ain't know. We used to keep running to the stove. We used to keep running to the stove. We used to keep running to the snap back. Snap back. Wait, put something on your head. Snap back. Snap back. For them niggas put something on your head. Snap back.
snap back, hey, put something on your head, snap back. Snap back, for them niggas put something on your head, snap back. Snap back, hey, put something on your head. Snap back, for them niggas put something on your head, snap back. Snap back, hey, put something on your head. For them niggas put something on your head.
Catch me riding around in the old school. My young niggas, they going straight for the pole, but I ain't tryna see them crash though. Oh, we claim he got 10 on my head, I ain't really stressing no chumps though. Yeah, they know I keep one in the head. Lay his ass down like he ready for bed. Keeping it P, I ain't stressing no chicks. Sipping these meds just to cope with my mental. Man, these niggas ain't ready for this. Cooking up dope in the booth in the kitchen. Serving this shit like a drive-thru at Wendy's. I'm keeping it street, I ain't telling I business. Ain't none of this cheap, you gon' pay a ticket. Mama keep telling me I need to quit it. Bro on the phone saying, nigga, let's get it, I'm gone. Most of these dudes be frauds. Don't want connections at all, I put that on God. Keep it discreet, but she love when I'm in it. Looks all the badges like Dennis the Menace. Ooh, cut those standing on business. Free my little bro, I won't tell what we did. Asking the Lord to forgive all our sins. Keeping it cool like a fan in this bitch. I'm the type to go dumb, call me Jeff Daniels. Sorry, say that she love me, but can't stand me. Yeah, this shit the real dip with them boys on the drill. No, we up in the score, yeah, we go for the win. Yeah, we go for the win. Yeah, my niggas, we go for the win.
Snap back, hey, put something on your head, snap back. Snap back, for them niggas put something on your head, snap back, hey, put something on your head. For them niggas put something on your head, snap back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Another hit from OC from NC from his newest album, Project 25. Check him out on all social media platforms, on all social, everywhere you can find music. I gotta find a better way of saying that, right? But anyway, if you want your track to be spun during the show, email me at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to the wrestling segment of the show. So for everyone that's been waiting on it, here we go. So we got less than 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up, man. It's getting to be one of the best rides on some of these storylines. Not all, but some of them starting to cook a little bit, right? The reason why this season of WrestleMania seemed longer than others is because they pushed it back, which would have already probably happened this past weekend, but they're gone 2 weeks later. I would say WWE, I don't like that because you messed up my trip to DC that I've been going to 4 years in a row. Thank you for messing that up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. I think that they have some storylines that's really getting to where it needs to be. Um, and other ones we'll talk about it. So let's get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Monday Night Raw results and review. So we got John Cena sucks. It's the headline we got going on here because it was another promo where Cody and John Cena started the show. Think it was a beautifully master class of how you cut a promo. I mean, words cannot describe the pacing, the jabs, the uppercuts, the overhand lefts, just every way you would want a promo to be done was excellent. Chef's kiss on that. I mean, that is a rarity in this business that I would want to find myself as being able to be handed what we would say is the stick the microphone pause, um, um, in the business that you could be able to talk that freely and know that you're elevating the level of where you are right now. You know, it's one thing that we come out here, we make faces, we make gestures, we do all this other stuff in the ring, but it's a lot where you're building the story and letting people understand this is more than just a match. You know, this is my livelihood. This is what I do. And I like how Cody stood up for himself the first time in a long time. I actually felt like dang Cody really uh, won me over. And I like that. So shout out to John Cena as well because only he could bring out someone like that in the promo. What everybody's been missing from Cody, and I think that we're gonna have one great match because of that. It's gonna be a lot of passion, a lot of feelings involved. As a fan as well as watching, I think we get so invested because it's the completion of a. Maybe this is a small story, but it's not the end. But right here, temporarily, at least the build up of knowing what we're gonna get to is gonna pay off. So I do like that and enjoy that a lot. So good job by those guys out there setting the tone for the show. We had the New Day versus the New Catch Republic because Tyler Bate just got back from injury. First match back. He was in London. Over here, he's a bloke. And so they ended up losing, however, to the New Day. Uh, again, just Xavier and Kofi doing um, a good job at being heels. I think we don't get to stress that enough in this show late of describing the changes that we see in a lot of the characters. But I would say that with Kofi Kingston, man, I'm really surprised that him and Xavier are really working in a heel fashion. Because you never would think, I'm gonna be honest, as an African American in wrestling, it's very delimited roles doing that. I mean, look, I'm not sitting here right here playing one way or the other so much. I just want people to realize the truth is that in this business, there is there is let me go ahead and say this because this is what I would love to say because I've seen this and listened to this going on the past week, and it's Booker T and Shane Strickland. Now, I looked up to both of these guys, and I still do. I still admire Shane Strickland and, of course, Booker T. I do not like the energy there because um, it's one up and more than where it needs to be at. I think both men equally can have their paths and be just fine with it. I hate that they had to go to this point. And what is seeming to be more of like, say, this is the start of a long road of something where we don't need to go to in this business. And I say that as wrestlers, is that we got to understand that we need to don't really voice our hatred out loud for another person. I think truth is just fine. And some people can't accept that. And then it comes out way different than what it was. But I really do hate the fact that it's gone this way for both of them. If I was to pick a side, I would say I'll pick the side of common sense. Stop talking about it. Both of you. Just shut up about one another. And then just move on like you always do with other things in life that necessarily doesn't need air to breathe, you know? Like a fire could only get stronger if it gets air and you breathe. So just let it go, man. And I say that as someone in this business that respect and love these two guys as much as I do. It's like, why are we doing this, guys? Why are we? And it was good, pleasant things said both ways, but then here we go with the negative. So we'll get to there. We'll cross that bridge when we um have this story come back around again, because you already know it's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. I know last night Shane Strickland said F Booker T, which wasn't even necessary. And I thought that was some weirdo stuff, man. I really did, because let sleeping dogs lie. If he's not attacking you and he's only saying something that he said to your face, which I think that's another thing with some of these people sometimes, we're always worried about what everybody else, like they. Who is they? Like we always grew up knowing that. If you hear the sound of my voice, and you can probably raise your hand, just like me at this moment, as I was scratching my forehead. But we all know when it came to our parents, it would be like they would say back, or your parents would say back, excuse me, who the hell is they? And that's how I feel about these people online. They are not your friend if they always are trying to bring you down and be negative. So why do you care about the opinion of the next man that doesn't wish nothing good for you? The only thing they want to do is just start misery and pain in your life for no reason, unwarranted, right? So we got to learn to sometimes stay away from these videos and backing and forth and online. Like, yo, come on, man. Again, I think just chill out. Like that's not necessary. Not at all. Not about. It's not about. It doesn't uplift wrestling. Is what I'm saying. So we had Jimmy Uso versus Gunther. Now I would say this: Gunther won, by the way, which you knew ever going to happen. I I've never seen nobody get the ish slapped out of them like that in my life. The way Jimmy slapped. If you didn't see Jimmy slap Gunther, please go back and go look at something right now to go find that. Hilarious. Please. Like, oh my God. The funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because there's a song by Redman called I Slapped the Ish Out You. And I was listening to it a lot lately when I work out. It's on my workout playlist. And when I seen that slap, yo, that's the first song I thought about. It instantly hit my head when I seen that. Man, I was rolling. So, yeah, man. But anyway, after the match, then Gunther just laid waste to Jimmy. He zip tied Jay's hands around the ropes, uh, so he couldn't be able to help Jimmy, and made his brother watch him bleed and wipe the blood on him and all that stuff, man. And the real question I have for everybody out there is: Is that enough for the fans to believe Jay is going to win at WrestleMania? Is that enough? I mean, really think about that. Think about that for a second. Do you think the way they're scripting that match is going to be good enough to turn the fans on Gunther to make them believe that Jey Uso should be champ? I believe not. And it's no fault to Jimmy. None at all. I think Jimmy is a tremendous star on his own right. I think he's another one where I wouldn't say from the bottom, not no way he came from the bottom when it comes to singles, but as a tag, yes, came a long way. Um, do I think he's a main eventer? Not for the heavyweight title, no. I don't believe that that's the the ideal. I think if his a man of the way he wrestles, I don't see world heavyweight champion. Because I think that responsibility goes to a man when you look at it as a company owner, right? Like I own Icon Professional Wrestling. Once we have a heavyweight champion, the thought of that goes heavy on my mind because I believe this man, just like our tag team champion, the Ebony Giants, which we have on the podcast real soon in the next couple of weeks. But when we look at like champions, you look at the people that you think is going to represent your company the best. When they walk around, they have the look of a champion. And rightfully so, they should have a title of a champion. Um, I think that Gunther, in this case, looks every part of a champion, has a belt to represent someone that has the look of him that is a champion. Do I believe Jey Uso is the champion with that belt and that prestige that it should has? No, not at all. And that's not his fault. But who am I to say anything, right? I do believe he could be a U.S. champion and a Continental champion, uh, NXT champion, not heavyweight champion. No. It will happen, I do believe, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm rooting against him. If he's champ, then I mean, honestly, eh, shout out from the Knockout Hour. Congratulations, Jey Uso. Like, there's no shade at all. But I do not think that Gunther should be the one that takes the loss for that to happen. if that's the case come WrestleMania in 2 weeks, but we shall find out. All right, so we got Penta and Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. I like that match a lot because the person who took the pin was Penta, and so it shows WWE made sure people knew that he's not invincible. He wasn't going to have this undefeated streak or nothing like that. I'm glad that he ended up taking the pin because now it's like, okay, get the huge oh man moment out and let's go ahead and get out the way now. So it only built up to, which I know tonight will be a fatal four-way with these guys for the Intercontinental Championship. I do believe this as of tonight it was going to be WrestleMania. We'll find out. Then we got London hates Logan Paul. Not a surprise there. And then we had Io Scott versus Rhea Ripley with special guest referee Bianca Belair. And this would have determined between Io and Rhea who would have went to WrestleMania or who was going to WrestleMania to go against Bianca. But Bianca, oh man, it got crazy in that match. It got really crazy. And it was a double disqualification, of course, because we knew it wasn't no way in the world they were going to break down that Rhea was just going to go against Bianca after the fact that they already switched the title. So we would just keep an eye on that. And that's all the news from Monday Night Raw. So for everybody that knows, again, in less than 15 minutes, you have Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So check that out tonight. I will be checking it out with my fam as I put the kids to sleep and all that good stuff. But check out Monday Night Raw if you're not doing anything after the show. And then you got Friday Night SmackDown, and it was in Chicago. So we already know who's the man on Friday Night SmackDown to appear. Of course, to start the show was CM Punk. And in front of a fired up audience, packed to the gills to see WWE. And long and short, throughout the show, the main thing was CM Punk was getting across as he was waiting for Roman Reigns so he could tell him what the special favor he wants from Paul Heyman. So we had the debut of Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is known in the independents and other promotions. He just recently left AEW as well as Penta, which they say is Penta's brother. He is now in the WWE and he will be on SmackDown as we see right now. However, Ray Phoenix comes out with a win against one half of the WWE NXT Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier. And what just the same way with Penta, just one of those things they get on the microphone and I'm so happy to be here moments. I think it's funny because everybody hits that I'm so happy to be here moment. But I mean, as they should. I mean, everybody knows that WWE is the pinnacle of all of wrestling. It's always been that way since I've been a child, and it's going to remain to be that way because they do one thing very well is again promoting to everybody over the world that it's the best entertainment and where else could you have the excitement that you do when you're around a live crowd of people seeing somebody get beat up? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty dope that yeah man, love it a lot that he's in the WWE. And then we got LA Knight, yeah, versus Tama Tonga, and your winner was LA Knight, yeah. And so we got in the next match, we got a tag team match between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns for I think the number one contendership, and your winners is Motor City Machine Guns. Then you had B Fam versus Naomi, and your winner was B Fam. And then Jade Cargill came out and wanted to collect on that fade that she had to owe back Naomi. So I thought that was dope. Then we had to close Friday Night SmackDown when it comes to matches with Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. And it was a last man standing match. And what a match it was. Dude, it was pretty dope. Really just showed Jacob Fatu as a freaking beast, monster that he is as a wrestler. And I like it a lot. It gave Braun Strowman some airtime too. God knows he needs it. But anyway, I thought it was a good match. And then it breaks down to, and it all really comes to a head when Roman comes straight from the car, which he's in the parking lot the whole time. And he drives right there to the building and he steps in there in the ring, Then Seth Rollins comes out, which he gets on my nerves. I wish they get rid of Seth Rollins sometimes with these stories. But anyway, then you had CM Punk coming there and then of course Paul Heyman was in there, and the question was, or more the favor is that Paul Heyman is going to be in CM Punk's corner in this triple threat match at WrestleMania between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Somebody said something, I think it may be true, and we're gonna move on. Cody's prediction about Roman last year's WrestleMania is actually coming all together. So that was some good stuff, man. We're just gonna keep everything on a close eye, keep a lot of good notes for next week, so we could be able to be ready for WrestleMania matches coming up in 2 weeks. So I did a list of my top 5 finishers. Again, it's my personal list, and I'm gonna start out with the number 5 is the Texas Cloverleaf, and that was one of the moves I loved a lot as a kid. It was from one of my favorite wrestlers, Dean Malenko. So I thought that was a dope move, and that's why it's one of my favorites. If you haven't seen the move, please go back and check it out. Yeah, a lot of it in WCW, the archives of WWE. If you got that, go ahead and check it out. Then number 4, a move I like to use. It's very effective. It gets the job done. I like to call mine the one-hitter quitter, but it's better known as the Superman punch. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4 is the Superman punch. It gets the job done. It's very effective. You can just do it anytime. Somebody set tripping up in here. You just pop them one in the mouth and shut up. So that's why I got the Superman punch at number 4. Now my top 3, some people will probably not like this if they listening to it, and that's cool. Because they're almost literally the same move. But when I look at a finisher, it's more like the effectiveness of the move. Will a person tap or submit like a sharpshooter or a Texas folded clover, like I mentioned before? Or will they be able to say a power bomb or a choke slam is effective? So a lot of people works different ways. Hell, Hogan won many of championships with a leg drop. See what I mean? I love the figure 4. Yes, sir. I exactly. What grown man or woman is that have not put the figure 4 on somebody in their lifetime or had it put on them? Everybody did the figure 4. And then when you roll over to try to get out of it, people don't know. It really doesn't reverse it. All right. That's a wrestling thing. It's not real. You still gonna be in pain. All right. So I'm not telling you. No, matter of fact, let's be kids again. Men out there, grab your wife tonight, put her in the figure 4 leg lock. Show her what a sharpshooter is. Remember, left leg, step over, left, cross, then go. See what I'm saying? Not don't do it like the Rock. That's the Scorpion Death Lock. You're doing it wrong. But anyway, um, my number 3 is the Diamond Cutter because DDP was that dude, man. He was like the people's champ of WCW. Like he is an icon of that business when I look at WCW. But man, number 3 would be the Diamond Cutter. And then number 2 is the RKO from the Viper himself, Randall Keith Orton, better known as Randy Orton. But again, like I said, the number 2 and 3 is almost literally the same move, right? But one era to the next is almost like transferring it, right? Because Diamond Quarter was the move of his time. I mean, not too many people kicked out of it, as well as today that people don't kick out the RKO. And then the sweet medium between the two that makes it number 1 because it was the best move that everybody would still love to do today. And that's the Stone Cold Stunner by Stone Cold Steve Austin that had help with, I think he said Michael Hayes helped him with the move in order to create it. But everybody to this day, of course, know what a Stone Cold Stunner is by the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. Can I get a hell yeah? So, maybe call. But anyway, that's my top 5 list of my favorite finishers. So I would like to wrap up the show at this moment. And man, thank you everybody out here, man. It was an amazing Monday. If everybody want to know where to reach me at, again for the artists, you want the hip hop spotlight, hit me up. Don't be afraid to get your music played. You know what I'm saying? If you want to sponsor during the show, hit me up at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. Now, that being said, I am a professional wrestler. My name is Teddy Allen Jr. If you want to be able to hit me up and see what I do in my real life, uh, hit me up at TKO336 on all social media website and also on YouTube. If you want to watch my matches, go ahead and run those numbers up. Leave a comment. I may comment back. Um, Same time, I'm also the owner of Icon Professional Wrestling. You can check me out as well on all social media. It's Icon Pro Wrestling LLC. Um, man, we got some things in store for you in the year. Still working on some stuff, but hey, like my man Walter said, you got to be able to manifest and know it's going to be good, right? Right. So as I sit here and knowing that, um, man, how good God has been in my life, and just know that I met so many great people out here this past week working with Brightspeed out in the city, Kernersville. It's really dope folks out there. Got some pound cake, fresh out the oven, trying to help some people out. Took that home, and then and then people are so grateful, man. Like I got some gift cards, so from that person giving to me, I'm gonna get probably do a little thing with Icon with those. Try to get those away at a show or something like that. You know, I always try to find a way to work on better in the community because I'm definitely going to see about doing another school donation drive. See if we can go ahead and get some more school supplies for the children. Knowing next year it's always going to be the same thing, man. Especially how money's tight right now. So I'm go ahead probably start planning that real soon. But when it comes down to knowing if you want to check out some good wrestling, I urge you guys go on over to my page, man. Don't be afraid. TKO got some good stuff out there, and there's gonna be several matches to come. I do have at least 15 bookings this year. Didn't get a chance to record my last one. I hate that because there was a lot of good matches. Uh, and a lot of it was a really good match, but I do know that if you're looking for some good matches tonight, don't be afraid. Get on over to Netflix tonight after you watch mine, of course, on TKO 336. But as always, man, y'all go out here, have a good week, spread positivity, spread love. Um, then we'll catch you here next week. Hopefully, Snooty be back. We're gonna have so many guests on here. Probably we have a boys Wavy back on, Matt Stacks. We're gonna bring on the Hawk as well in a couple of weeks from our show on Saturdays at Get Money Sports. Also, if you want to check out when I talk about some content, check out the Hawk, DC, Sheriff, D Minus, and King Kunta. Come on, join us on Saturdays between 10 and noon p.m. Man, check out your boys over there. Have a good time talking about sports. But this is TKO from the Knockout Hour here chilling, about to watch some Monday Night Raw. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I'll see y'all back next weekend. Go kill it. Knock something out. Love you guys. Peace.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two toolies of my own, I don't need a gang. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. The swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gift.